Hey guys, it's Mana here. Just a heads up, I am recording a bunch of videos in advance. I'm recording about, I think, 3 weeks in advance. I'm recording 3 weeks worth of videos in advance, I guess, roughly, give or take. But the reason I'm doing that is because our new store manager is starting at the store, so our schedules are chaos. And I don't know when I'm going to have time to sit down and record more. And then on top of that, I'm going to a wedding in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, chaos in my life. So I'm trying to get things done and under control to prevent the chaos from spiraling out of control. Anywho, so we're back with Lucid9. We're going to jump right into this. If you hear weird noises, I'm sorry. People are washing their cars outside. I don't know. I just know that there's a lot of noise, and I can hear it, and I'm assuming my microphone can hear it, so sorry. Love you. He only responds with a casual wave before he saunters over to the nearest table, chatting easily with the group of students. I snag a plate of food and search for Rui, but she's nowhere in sight. Guess that conversation took a little longer than I originally intended. I quickly scarf my food down and return to the classroom. Alright class, let's take secondary roll before we head to the courtyard. Oh, what? We have more PE? The teacher's halfway through rolling her eyes before she catches herself. I guess it's not a good example to roll your eyes in front of your students. No, Yahiko. Today's career day, as has been announced over the PA for the past 3 days. Afternoon classes are canceled so that third years may explore possible future occupations with specialists. Oh, right. Questions for the future. Writing prompt about our dream job. Now career day. I think I'm sensing a pattern here. We're already running a little late, so let's make this quick. Anyone missing? Nope. That prompts us to glance around. I think he's right, ma'am. Everyone's here. Everyone except Misaki, who apparently is at her job. Time to do some not-so-subtle recon. Teacher, where's that girl, the one sitting by the window? The teacher waves her hand dismissively. Special circumstances. Anyone else? Despite myself, I feel a prick of curiosity. Special circumstances? What kind of circumstances could warrant such an offhand dismissal from the teacher? I thought most teachers loathe making exceptions for mandatory events. Just what could Misaki's job be? As the teacher continues to survey the classroom, I feel a nudge against my arm. I'm surprised you brought it up. What? Usually you wouldn't say anything, even if you noticed. You wouldn't have thought it too much trouble. You would have thought it too much trouble. Her words are remarkably neutral. It's awkward. Feels like a trap. I think you should stop pretending like you actually know me, or that you have a brain. You're insufferable. She storms to the back of the room in a huff. I'm insufferable? She's done far, far worse, and she's still judging me. What a hypocrite. Alright, looks like everyone else is here. To the courtyard, destiny awaits. There are more than a few rolled eyes, but everyone obediently files out of the classroom. Our class pours into the courtyard, which currently resembles a crowded street market. Columns of booths are set in orderly lines, each attempting to outshine the others with progressively more outrageous signage and progressively louder music. I wonder if they've got a booth for my future job. Come to think of it, in all of the 203 times he's talked about his dream, he's never once mentioned his future job. Just all the things he'll own. Oh, and what might that be? Isn't it obvious, with my stunning looks and all? So, a trash can. Is that even a job? Of course it's a job. Oh, well, no. I want to be a model. Wait, it's not as silly as it seems. I mean, seeing how he just believed that being a trash can was a profession, he can't have a job that requires him to think. He also can't have a job that requires social interaction. He'd just repel people instead of attracting them. Those are his two biggest flaws, and modeling doesn't need either. As for his looks, I hate to admit it, but he's not so bad looking. He'd probably be able to land himself a girlfriend if he could just keep quiet. It almost sounds like a serious plan. Yahiko, my friend, I'm glad you finally realized the cruel truth. What are you talking about? I'm just saying that it's a good idea, especially coming from you. Is it? Once I become famous, the entire world will be able to witness my magnificence. I'll be on TV, the internet, advertising blimps, basically everywhere. On second thought, maybe it is a terrible idea. Well, if you don't mind me, I'm off to meet my destiny. And with that, he skips off into the crowd, leaving me awkwardly leaning against the wall like some kind of delinquent. I'm not really sure what to do. I'll be wasting my time if I look around, but I'll be wasting my time if I stay here. What a conundrum. You there! I turn to the source of the voice, a man in a medical coat, standing in front of a booth, boasting the holographic sign, Way Forward Pharmaceuticals, Hospital Division. Hunch. I'm guessing he's a doctor. Are you interested in becoming a doctor? Bodies, open wounds, yeah, no. Sorry, I don't think I could deal with the pressure of being a doctor. If that's what you're worried about, then don't worry. I'm a heart surgeon, and I get an entire team of people helping me during the operations. Well, if I have people helping me... Scalpel, please. Nah. What do you mean, nah? I thought I was supposed to do all the cutting this time. That doesn't matter. It sure does. I see what's going on here, man. You want to take all the credit. Well, guess what? That ain't happening. What are you talking about? I'm the doctor here. Doctor, the patient's in critical condition. If you don't act fast, he's going to die. The patient is dying, dang it. Give me the scalpel. Whoa there. Don't be getting your scrubs in a bunch. Doctor, the patient is dead. See, look what you did. Look what Yeah, I don't think being a doctor is right for me. Are you sure? We've got a great internship program. I'm good, thanks though. Another nearby booth catches my eye. A multicolor sign claims that it's from the National Education Institute. Behind the booth table, a tall woman in glasses is speaking animatedly to a small group of students. Don't you feel that we have a duty to equip the next generation? In this society, knowledge is power, and we need to ensure that our successors have the power to move forward. My job is the best and the most beneficial, and there are no downsides whatsoever. Yeah, been there, heard that. Don't your students annoy you or tire you out? Well, I have had some ups and downs in my career, of course. The more difficult students may be perplexing at first, but when you persevere, you always end up getting those students back on the right path. Is that so? Teach? What's 5 plus 7? This is high school, Mr. Ikari, not primary school. You should have mastered addition by now. But, teach... Excuse me, Mr. Kurogane. Smoking is not permitted on campus. Hand those over. Teach, you ain't the boss of me, kid. Kid, I'm your teacher. You're shorter than me, kid, and that makes you a kid. Alright, that's it. You're staying after class. You've got detention to serve. Says who? Says you? You couldn't even take on a deceased chicken with one claw tied to its tail. Why can't you be that eloquent on your essays? Teacher? What's wrong? What? Are you crying again? What for? Oh, you're angry at me. I'm sorry. I'm so terrible. I can't. Hey, don't cry. Yeah, I don't think I have enough patience to deal with students. I meandered down the row of booths, apathetically peering at any that seemed mildly entertaining. One man with a remarkably bushy mustache raises his fist in the air, yelling at the top of his lungs. Do you love Japan? Join the Japanese Self-Defense Force today. Wow, I thought those kinds of die-hard patriots only existed on TV. Any man who's able to follow orders can be seen as a hero of Japan. If you're still alive. Grenade! Cover it, soldier! What? But we could just run away. Jump on that grenade, or I'll have you court-martialed for insubordination. But I'll die. all the better. Up to it! Yeah, not happening. That's about how I feel. I turned away from the booth. Everything I see is equally unpromising. Do you have a knack for cooking? Why not apply it to Lion Culinary School? Gather here, engineers, mathematicians, fellow countrymen. The biggest digital corporation in the world, Lemonskate, has positions open for you. Have you always wanted to help the hurting? Join the Columns Therapy Center and transform the world one life at a time. The quick glance in the other direction reveals that I seem to be the only one having trouble. Oh my. I find Elizabeth in deep conversation with a police officer just a few feet away. I wouldn't have thought her to be the type. Maybe she's sucking up to them so they'll let her off for corporation fraud or corporate fraud. Meh, I can't really judge her. At least she found something she's interested in. Me, on the other hand, well, I've got nothing. What's up? Can't find your life's calling? What? I turned to the source of the voice, a scraggly man slumped against a rickety folding chair, a worn beanie plopped on his head, and a threadbare trench coat thrown over his shoulders. There's no sign on his booth. Is hobo a legitimate career? Youngsters these days, you hold your future in your own hands and you don't even know what to do with it. You're lucky, you know. There was a time when people didn't have the luxury of choosing their career. Upon second glance, I noticed there were several rolling racks of books settled in the back of the booth. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to their genre: science fiction, mystery, fantasy, young adult. But they're all under the same name. Are you a writer? He smiles when I ask him this. What? Surprised? Who do you think I was? An adventurer? Globetrotter? A homeless guy, actually. He throws back his head and laughs. You've got life. I can't wait to read your stories. Somehow, I don't think that being a writer would fit me. Oh, somebody help me. Whatever shall I do? Fear not, generic damsel in distress. I'm the hero. I lost the previous battle, so this is the heroic rematch, where I'm guaranteed to win. How fortunate. After you win this final battle, I shall bestow you with an obligatory smooch of victory. Hey, you can't just ignore the villain. I got your girl, Yama. Oh, spare us with your evil gloating. It'll only lead to your downfall. But I gotta give a motive rant so that we understand your identity as a tragic villain. Nah, I'll just put that as a footnote. Okay, I tire of this needless banter. I've actually written the princess's backstory so that she's a badass in distress. What? But you didn't even foreshadow that. Too bad. I need to move the plot forward. Hey-ya! No! Yeah, I don't think I can come up with original material. That's why you just rip off real life, you know? Thanks, but no thanks. He shrugs apathetically as I walk away. A nearby small group of students catches my eye. They're gathered in front of a man in a long, sweeping lab coat. Although his voice is placid, there lies an undercurrent of power in every word he says. Life is a fragile thing. There is an unspeakable number of ways for the human body to fail, and even more for it to be broken. Death was accepted as an inevitable part of life, a natural stage in the cycle of this world. But it doesn't have to be that way. The man in the lab coat straightens as the students break into hurried whispers. Through research, we can create medicine that fights diseases and treats disorders, extending our lives exponentially, and maybe indefinitely. So he's a medical researcher. He fixes his gaze on each individual in the crowd, not in a hostile manner, but certainly in an unnerving one. A day may come when we can defy death. His eyes land on me. And with that, I'm going to end it here, guys. We will pick back up where we left off. I'm excited to see where this goes, because this just got interesting with the introduction of this medical research character. I'm excited to see what he has to say. I'm also excited to find out what we forgot that we blocked out. So I'm logging off now. I'll see you guys later, and remember to do something nice for a stranger today. You may just save a life. Bye!